Eddie, it was tragic what happened there in March. Skye Nicolson lost the world title. It was a close fight. Shout out to Tiana Brown, she just edged it. We were actually, me and the boys were talking about it yesterday. We thought Skye went off the game plan. We move on now. I know Skye's sort of, I've seen her social media. It's been very hard. It's hard for all fighters. We win, we lose. It's a part of life. She's going to go down to 122, 124. What's next for her? I know we can't talk about the opponent, but she's back.
Yeah, it'll be a straightforward opponent. Like, I think the defeat was devastating for her, like any fighter. When you got this, you're talking about unifying and doing all this stuff. It's a great fight with Tiara Brown. Fight could have gone either way. You'd expect to win that fight in your hometown, but listen, maybe it was a blessing that she didn't. And sometimes you got to get a little check. And I think now to move to 122 is going to be really interesting. Like, she's always made 126 pretty comfortably, and I think sometimes you realise, wow, I could actually be a different animal at 122. So they've made it quite clear. I think the thing that's happened with Skye is she moved very quickly, and when you're in those World Championship fights, you kind of only fight 3 times a year, and over the 10-2s, that's like 4 months in between fights, which is just standard in championship fights. But what her team and Skye have requested now is, I say it's never about the money, but I just want to be active. So let me get down to 122, let me fight in July, probably August in Australia, and let me have 3 fights, any card, any time of the day, I don't care, but let me get active and then throw me in the deep end at the end of the year in a big title fight. So she's looking to become a 2-division champion. July 5th is next for her. A relatively straightforward fight, more about testing herself down at, I think it's 124 as she goes to 22, and she's going to be a real strong challenge for anybody at 122.
You speak about this main event in August, who would it be?
I want a big all-Australian fight for Jake Wiley. I gave him my word that we were going to work with him. I thought he did incredibly well against George Kambosos, and I like the story. I like the story of Jake Wiley headlining back in Brisbane. So for me, working with Steve Della and the Fortitude guys, we'll speak to Mick and everybody as well. And we want to come back with, a fight in Brisbane in August. Jake Wiley, Teremoana, probably Skye Nicolson, maybe even Justice Huni. Little comeback fight as well. There's a lot of great fighters in that part of the world, and we've got to continue our momentum in Australia. Because, coming off the back of obviously George in Sydney, Jai last weekend, George again here, there's a lot of activity, and we hope to be back in August.